Let's be honest. You're sick and tired of constantly losing your deposit on slots. I get it. I really do. That's exactly why I made this video for you, so you can finally stop burning through your balance like it's nothing. After years of spinning reels, I've had my fair share of losses too, believe me. But the approach I'm about to share with you is what saved me from going completely broke time and time again. No magic, no fairy dust, no BS promises, just real facts built on real experience. But before we get into the strategy, let me tell you the one thing that completely changed my results. And it wasn't even a spin or a trick, it was where I was playing. For years, I was signing up to random casinos, never realizing I was getting robbed of massive deposit bonuses. Then I stumbled on onlinecasinohub.org, and I swear to you, I was furious I hadn't found it earlier. The casinos listed there hand you double, sometimes triple your bankroll on your very first deposit. That means you're starting with 2 or 3 times the balance before you've even touched a spin. The first time I used it, I thought it was hype. But boom, I deposited and instantly had double the funds. That's when it clicked. Other players weren't luckier than me. They were just starting with way more ammo. That's why they could survive cold streaks and still walk away winners. The fact I didn't know this years earlier still annoys me. Don't make the same mistake, because every day you're not using that site, you're literally giving up free money and letting other players get ahead of you. If you're watching this video and still playing on some random casino, you're already behind. Go check out onlinecasinohub.org and you'll see exactly what I mean. All right, let's get into the survival strategy. This isn't some gimmick to magically increase your chances of winning. It's a survival system, a way to protect your balance from going up in smoke. And logically, if your bankroll lasts longer, you give yourself more chances to hit a win, right? So, yeah, technically, it is a strategy to boost your odds. Here's where it starts. Pick any slot, set any stake, and spin it 30 times. Not 27, not 41, exactly 30. Why 30? Not because it's a lucky number, but because that's enough to see if the slot is alive. Is it paying, teasing bonuses, throwing small wins, or at least holding balance? Or is it stone cold? This is where you can't afford to be naive. If a slot gives you nothing after 30 spins, it's not waking up. It's dead. Get out. No, just a few more. No, it's about to hit. That's the lie gamblers tell themselves right before they lose their entire balance. If you keep spinning after seeing zero activity, you're no longer playing. You're feeding. And trust me, that's exactly what the casino counts on. I've seen people blow 300, even 500 spins in a dead slot, convinced it's about to turn around. What did they end up with? Empty accounts, ruined nerves, and that horrible urge to chase losses. So here's the rule: 30 spins. If there's no sign of life, leave. That's your firewall against greed, against denial, against yourself. But if the slot does show signs of life in those first 30 spins, maybe a small bonus, steady payouts, or a balance that holds, then you stay. That means the slot has potential. It might not explode with a 1000x instantly, but it's breathing. That's enough. At that point, give it up to 50 more spins. If it keeps the rhythm, stay in. If it goes silent again, leave immediately. Don't hope, don't wait. When it's over, it's over. So remember, 30 spins to test, 50 more if it shows life. If it dies, move on. Otherwise, you're just another donor feeding the house. This strategy works best on high volatility slots, the kind that don't pay often, but when they do, they hit like a truck. These games scare newbies because they can go 150, 200 spins with nothing. But then, boom, you hit a 300x, 500x, even 1000x out of nowhere, and it covers everything. That's what you're looking for. Here's how to spot them. Aim for RTP of 96% or higher, and check the payout spread. If 4 matching symbols pay 20 and 5 pay 200 plus, you've found the volatility you want. Low volatility slots will just drip feed you tiny wins while slowly draining you. With this 30 spin system, they're a waste of time. Examples? Book of Dead is a textbook high volatility machine. One expanding symbol and boom, you're looking at a 5000x jackpot. Gonzo's Quest uses avalanche mechanics that stack multipliers up to 15x. Hit the right chain and your balance explodes. Mega Moolah is the legendary progressive jackpot. Tiny odds, but one spin can literally make you a millionaire. Even Bloodsuckers with its insane 98% RTP works perfectly here. You'll know within 30 spins if it's hot or dead. And then there's Pragmatic Play, the jungle of high volatility slots. Gates of Olympus, Sweet Bonanza, Big Bass Bonanza, The Doghouse. These games don't mess around. They either crush you or lift you sky high. That's why with pragmatic slots, I stretch the rule. 30 to test, but up to 60 spins if it's alive. Because when they pay, they don't just give you back your stake. They can drop a 200x, 500x, even 1000x in seconds. But here's the key. Once you set your stake, stick to it. Don't panic raise from $2 to $10 mid-spin. These slots reward patience. If you catch the hot phase, your $2 spin can turn into hundreds, even thousands. And when you scale bets too early, you burn through your bankroll before the game flips. Now let's talk bankroll management, the part most people ignore. If you don't know how much you can afford to lose, you've already lost. Divide your bankroll by 500 if you're on high volatility slots. Got $1,000? Stake $2. Got $100? Stake 20 cents. On lower volatility games, divide by 300. That's not being cautious, that's survival. Here's another trick. Gradually increase your bets as you move through slots. Start at $2, then $3, then $4. If you catch a hot streak, you're scaling profits. If not, your bankroll survives. It's calculated, not random. The 30 spin strategy isn't just a technique, it's a mindset. It forces you to stop autopiloting, stop praying for luck, and start playing like a real gambler. You're observing, testing, adjusting. Even if you don't hit the jackpot, you win by staying in control. You don't panic, you don't tilt, you don't chase losses. That alone is worth more than any single bonus round. Protect your bankroll. It's your blood. With this system, you'll know when to play, when to leave, and when to cash out. And if you combine it with the bankroll boosts from onlinecasinohub.org, you'll have both the balance and the discipline to survive the cold phases and actually walk away in profit. Because here's the truth, the casinos don't fear your big wins. They fear players with patience, strategy, and bonuses behind them. And that can be you, if you play smart. So lock this into your head. 30 spins to test, 50 more if it's alive, 60 on pragmatic. Stick to your stake. Protect your bankroll. Cash out when you're ahead. Do that, and you'll stop being the casino's donor and start being the exception. If you made it this far, it means you're serious. And that means you've got a shot. Check out onlinecasinohub.org, grab the biggest bonuses, and give yourself the chance to actually win. And if this strategy helped you, make sure to subscribe, drop a like, and check out my next video. I promise it's just as valuable.